Buck is maturing. Sometimes his journey, as with any journey, is one step forward, two steps back. But slowly but surely, there's progress happening there, and he's certainly starting to understand his role, not only within his own life and his own world, but what he means to those around him. Towards the end of season 4, we started to see Maddie struggle with possible postpartum, something that she wasn't really forthcoming with to the people around her. It's really important to show that from her perspective and give the audience that insight into what that can look like and possibly feel like. I think Chimney is really going to struggle when it comes to Maddie and her dealing with her postpartum. He's so used to being a hero and showing up for strangers, but I think it's a whole different situation and takes on new meaning when it's your partner and it's a situation that's quite so close to home. So I don't think it's going to come as easy for him as perhaps if it was dealing with something with his uniform on. At the start of every season, we have some kind of big disaster, big emergency, and this year it is a ransomware attack. So people from behind their computer screens are basically taking the city hostage, and all kinds of drama ensues as a result of that. The word for this season, I think, is wilder. 911 will be hit with an animal outbreak, and we'll see giraffes, elephants, wolves roaming the streets of LA and causing all kinds of havoc. It was a really fun one for us to get to film and be around these animals and just kind of let the chaos take over. To film end of the world stuff, post-apocalyptic, was really fun because we have such an incredible crew that really bring it to life. So it really makes it easy for us to do our job because we really do feel like we're in those surroundings. Every day when we come to work and we get to throw on this uniform and play pretend, we always have in the back of our mind that there are people out there doing this for real, risking their lives, running into the danger that everybody else runs away from. And it's a real honor for us to get to highlight those stories, and I truly hope we can do them justice. Eddie, obviously at the end of season 4, was shot by a sniper. Now Eddie is a character who tends to pride himself on the lack of panic and his ability to deal with whatever it is that's happening around him. As we creep into season 5, it impacts him a lot more than even he first realizes, and there's a real opportunity for Buck to notice something is wrong and how that then spills over and impacts his relationship with Anna. At the end of season 4, we found Athena and Bobby really in their first rocky patch. And then when it came down to it, she literally walked through fire to save him. And I think that really helped them fix those cracks. Now, as we go into season 5, we find them still very much on the same page, and Bobby needing to step up and really be there for Athena in a whole new way as something from her past comes back to disrupt things. The blackout sets up an emergency, in particular for Athena, and it hits her right where it hurts the most, which is her family. And that is all kind of spawned from the blackout and these crazy implications that come all from that. At first, we found Buck and Eddie really butting heads and not quite seeing eye to eye. And some part of that, certainly from Buck, was a jealousy. He felt like he was the young one, and suddenly he had competition. But out of this has become and grown this incredibly close relationship where the two of them really feed off of each other and are always there for each other. They're almost co-parenting Eddie's son at this point, and it's just grown into a really beautiful relationship where these two guys get to be really vulnerable, really open, really honest, and just truly there for each other in a really lovely way to watch.